Good morning, crew. Originally, you see Izzy back here making biscuits on my blanket hoodie. Originally, I was not going to film this part of the video, just because I had woke up with a major case of the oh my blahs. And then my rooster decided to try to commit suicide. So while we are setting up my calendar page here, for those of you who are new, hi, my name is Evelyn. I'm a homesteader here in the high Sonoran Desert, and my bullet journal tends to be a bit more practical when it comes to its spreads than what you'll probably see on a lot of YouTube. Oh, there's a Maggie butt. I tend to try to keep things very I tend to try to keep things very much in line with what I need. I tend to not have like the latest greatest rage spreads in my bullet journal, just because a lot of times those latest greatest rage spreads are not practical. They add no value. And Maggie, not right now. Don't do that right now. Go lay down, please. Go on. Yeah, I can see you in the reflection in the phone, goober. Come lay down. Come lay down on your blanket pop. Come on. Come lay down. Good baby. Lay down. Now, for this particular bullet journal, for those of you who have been here before for my Decembers, you know my Decembers have no discernible theme. They are chaotic. This particular year, I decided I was going to use some of my sticky notes that I had from like 2 years ago from a Stationery Pal Black Friday sale. I'm still working on using up everything from that. And all the stickers, there's so much there. And so I was like, I'm going to use these in here because I feel like they would be a nice touch. Especially these craft paper brown sticky notes for the sections that I use them for. It was just like, this is good. This is what I want. So my rooster, for those of you who do not know chickens will peck anything that is red. And that includes blood coming from another chicken. They will peck another chicken to death. Well, when I first got Rockstar, our rooster, a couple months ago, his tail feathers weren't growing in all that well. I was like, maybe I just need to up his protein a little bit. No, come to find out, 2 of the hens kept plucking his backside bare. So he got put into an emergency isolation space in hopes of getting his tail feathers to grow back. Today, he flew at my face and got out, at which point I blocked the hens into the day run and chased Rockstar back into the roost so I could shut the door behind me. And within 30 seconds, I could see which 2 hens it was that liked pecking his featherless tail. So I got to crawl on my hands and knees into the roost space and into the day run to grab him, and I had to grab him by the neck. He might have been slightly unconscious when I yeeted him back into his little emergency roost space. Now, for those of you who do not know, roosters have claws that are about anywhere from ½ an inch, grab a ruler and look at how long that is, up to 2 inches depending on the type, depending on the breed of chicken. So I get to do some really convoluted stuff to keep him from getting out again. But he's going to stay in that space until we get the supplies to build a second roost area, a much smaller roost area. But he's going to stay in that, and then once we get the second roost area built, I'm going to be separating the 2 hens that just will not stop being little. And I'm going to put them into the secondary roost, and he will get to go back to the roost with the 4 hens that actually leave him alone and Don't pick his tail into a bloody mess. And after all of that, what does my brain decide to tell me that it wants to do? It decides to tell me that the most relaxing thing that it wants to do is record a bullet journal setup voiceover / voice along video. I learned a long time ago, when my mental health beasties and my brain and my muse go, we need to do this, I listen. Okay, now you see these stickers right here? Here? Several of those came from the Grimoire Witchy kind of pack of stickers that I got back in the Temu haul, which I'll have linked down in the description. I'm pointing all over the place and not in the right direction. And the bell stickers that were in this pack, for me, fit a Christmas feel really, really well. One of the most popular Christmas songs is Silver Bells. And you hear a lot of other Christmas songs talking about bells, and there's a lot of stories about the Christmas bells. So including the bells in the spread felt perfect for me. And then we've got this one candle sticker from a pack of stickers I'd gotten a very long time ago that has a bunch of evergreen in it and just the candle. And for me, that felt very Christmassy. Now, this page right here that I just erased is my weather page, and you guys can see I'm using a red pen. For the most part, there wasn't really a theme, other than I tried to make sure I was using red and green pens. I had a lot of stickers with a lot of evergreen on them, so I tried to make sure that I was including them. Along with, it's called Homestead or Modern Farmhouse, something like that, from Agenda 52. Which is from Hobby Lobby. Again, Hobby Lobby is what I have access to. Stay out of the comments with that crap. All of you shop at something that's got some kind of ick, and Hobby Lobby is one of the few consistent holiday craft stores we have here, local-ish to me, that, yeah. We have a little itty-bitty Michael's in Sierra Vista, but Michael's is currently dealing with some bullshit when it comes to how they treat their employees, apparently, so I'm just kind of like, no. In terms of hours and whether or not they're willing to give them health insurance at all, so it's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. You can see I've got several of the evergreen stickers that I'm sticking in here. This particular sticker with all of the candles just in the red color, just for me, felt so much like the holiday season. On this next page is my hobbies and focused space and the list for my husband. Sometimes you just need to do a marker bit. Oh, here comes Fiona. That's Fiona right there. Hey, don't start anything, please. Don't. Apparently all of the animals feel a little spicy today. Maggie, could you please stop licking your feet? Go lay down. Go lay down. Your feet don't need licked. Go. Go find a sunbeam. There you go. Apparently today, November 23rd, has decided that it's going to act like a Monday. My second cup of coffee had not only peppermint creamer in it, but also hot chocolate mix. Now my hobbies and focus spread is where I will put my videos, my crochet and my knitting projects, and yeah. So this part of the video is where you're gonna see it shift over, because the mini calendars I messed up And I was like, I'm not going to film this part because it's just really boring. And I messed up my calendars 3 times, which is why the lighting is different. So I went with this dark green from an Archer and Olive notepad from, I think it was their Jungle Box from way long ago, to make my mini calendars. And I still do not have those mini calendars filled in, by the way. Still do not. Now for this page here, which is going to have my weekly tasks, my monthly tasks, and my Yule menu, I do honor Christmas. Christmas is almost every single December holiday, if I've had a positive personal experience with it. I celebrate it in a way. Yule, because being pagan is more my holiday, that's more the day that we celebrate. So this is the Naid, K-N-A-I-D grid washi tape. And I was like, I've never filled a page with the washi tape before, and this light red and this light green is almost perfect, so I'm just gonna do this. And more of the green dot grid is going in on this side. And I was using the silver glittery Sakura Jelly Rolls, the metallic collection, for a lot of these. And I will probably over this week finally fill in all of the little mini calendars. Maybe. We'll see. I wasn't even entirely certain that I was going to upload a December bullet journal video, because starting in April to a couple weeks ago, I've had 7 people who I looked up to, who were a part of my life, that have passed away. One because they lost to their mental health beasties. The rest, I think I mentioned losing him. I think it was either back in August or September. The rest passed away because of cancer, because of health issues, going unaddressed. A couple of them, their bodies had freakouts, and they just didn't make it. If you guys ever wonder why I finish my videos with "hug your loved ones tight," I suggest you stop wondering. Here we've got a whole bunch of like Christmas kind of feeling stickers that I had found, and are just sticking them all in. My Yule menu, for those of you who are curious, is going to be roasted duck with savory roasted sweet potatoes. I'm going to attempt homemade stuffing. Maybe. And right here we've got just the leftovers and the meal idea spread that I'm starting to work on. Let me think here. So, you guys know I'm an Archer and Olive girl. I'm working in the B5 that came in my Black Friday box last year, the mystery notebook sale. There won't be an Archer and Olive Black Friday haul this year. The timing on the haul did not work out great for me, and a lot of the discounts just weren't good enough. And I've told you guys this in prior videos. As a homesteader, I have to be very aware and very conscious about where all of my money is going. And it's gotta be a pretty damn good sale most of the time, unless it's like a B5 like one of these over here, because I really wanted to get the compass and the beekeeper design before they sold out of those, and maybe not necessarily brought them back for this sale. I don't think they did. So I did kind of get those at full price. I think I used Joshy Curran's 10% on that one. I alternate between Mark Your Pages and Joshy Curran's code because they're two of my favorite people on YouTube when it comes to bullet journal content and just planning and stationery stuff. I also follow Creative Minds Coffee Grinds. I know you guys have seen me link her down below frequently. Erin Smith, absolutely love her content. But the best value this year for my money with Archer and Olive definitely did turn out to be the subscription box for the fall. We should start seeing sneak peeks for the December box here coming up, and if the box has enough things in it that I know I will use, I will probably get that box. And I can't promise that I will give you guys a video on that, an unboxing on that. But if I do get it, I will strongly consider doing one. So when it comes to, you see me here adding some stuff to the calendar because I'm like, oh, I forgot to do this. So my Black Friday haul video will most likely actually have a little bit of Amazon stuff. It will most likely have a little bit of your creative studio stuff. I will probably have a little bit, well, there's the Fiona. Right about now is where she decided to be very annoying, very in the way. Expect to see her pop up a few times. She's my oldest cat. I think we got her in either 2016 or 2017. And here we're starting on the weeklies, and this is where she really gets just insufferable. What was I talking about? Oh, the Black Friday haul. There will be a little bit of Temu. There will be a little bit of Amazon. There's going to be a little bit of your creative studio probably. And I am actually going to be checking out Tiefossi journals. Tiefossi is a notebook company that I have been seeing pop up over on Joshy Curran and Erin Smith's channel, and I've seen it pop up on a couple other channels. And I'm looking forward to checking them out. They don't have just dot grid options. They also have got lined journals. And while I am enjoying playing around journaling in the dot grid, when it comes to my long form journals, I'm a little bit more of a traditionalist. I like the lined, and I will probably do lined almost all next year for my long form journals. I do have to ask if at the end of the year, if you guys want to see my monthly cover pages for my long form journals. I won't be doing that this year because that would mean having to go and dig them all out. And they are in a very big black with a yellow lid bin in the closet. And I cannot move that bin because it is full of all of my used notebooks. But maybe next year I can do a series every month of my long form cover page. I've started really liking having that in my long form journals just as a separation between the months. Plus it lets me use up a little bit more of my stationery. So, but Tiefossi has quite a few designs that I absolutely love the look of. Tiefossi also has a lot of scrapbooking paper or junk journal papers. They have stickers, they have washi tape, they have pens. They have some very nice looking pens. They have some very nice looking fountain pens that I find myself very much wishing that I liked fountain pens. I don't. I do not like having to refill my pens, which is the main reason why I don't do fountain pens. I know you can get fountain pens that have ink cartridges. I just don't. So I will stick to my Pilot G207s and my Sakura Jelly Rolls. Thank you very much. So I will be checking out Tiefossi notebooks. I cannot say whether or not I will become a Tiefossi fan. I'm not going to know until I get the box in and I start using one of the journals. That does not mean that I have abandoned my Archer and Olive love. It just means that I need to go with something a little bit more cost-effective and a little less pricey. And if Archer and Olive has any of their mystery notebook sales, which are usually at a great price, I will still be buying some. But not this year. I mean, that is probably the biggest ding against Archer and Olive, is that they are expensive. Tiefossi is anywhere from $15 to $20 cheaper. They do not, unfortunately, have anything other than A5 or A6. If I wanted to get a B6 or a B5, I would still be looking at Archer and Olive. And I know a lot of you are probably asking, well, hey, have you thought about Notebook Therapy? Ooh, Notebook Therapy has a lot of really nice stuff, but I've heard some horror stories about their customer service. And it seems like if you don't have a decent channel following, good luck getting your stuff in a timely manner and good luck not getting blown off by customer service. So, also there might be something from Grabby in the Black Friday haul. Grabby has got some really lovely boxes right now from their art boxes and their scrapbook boxes that they still have a good number of. And I'm just like, ooh. They're tempting. But there's a lot of stuff in the Grabby boxes as well that I would just end up putting in a Ziploc bag and putting it in the donate box because I would never use it. Almost everything in a Your Creative box, Your Creative collection, I would use. I've gotten Your Creative Studio sub boxes before in the past and I absolutely loved them. I didn't renew that subscription because almost every single box has a stamp in it and I barely use the stamps that I have as it is, which is why there's a Fiona. There's my Fiona. She's like, give me that. Is that a toy? Is it a toy? Toy. Mom. So, one of the themes that I'm going to be doing next year, you know that brown packing paper a lot of Amazon packages come with? I'm planning on taking several pieces of that paper, taking my stamps and my Crayola Super Tips and stamping the absolute hell out of some of that brown paper and using that for my decorative elements for one of my bullet journal themes this coming year. I expect it to end up looking really cool, and it'll be a great way for me to use my stamps for a change and to use that paper for something other than the compost. I'm also thinking about doing a ideas video for bullet journal themes. I don't know if I'm going to do it in January or December though, because it would be kind of a long one, and I am not artistically inclined. I do not draw in my bullet journals other than lines, as you guys have seen. But I've got a lot of ideas that I want to share because somebody out there who's artsy and can draw might need the ideas. And it's literally, the idea for the video is literally being inspired by what's right outside your window. But that's all the more I'm going to give away on that video. Tail. Yeah, she was in a mood that day, and I think a part of it was because it was cold outside. I did film this right after filming my November setup, and it was a cold, windy day that day in October, and she was mad because I wouldn't let the cats outside. mostly because my oldest cat, Fiona, is 5 pounds and does not have any body fat, dang near, in comparison to this one. When she gets cold, I mean, she'll start shivering. And it's just like, no, you're not going inside. She's the main reason why there's a blanket pile there. There's a blanket pile next to my desk. There's a blanket pile on both couches. There's a blanket pile on the pet bed in the bedroom. There's a blanket pile on top of one of the bookcases. There's a blanket pile in the main sitting chair in the living room. I have a blanket pile, well, not a blanket pile, but I have a lap blanket that I'm working on for my husband for his sitting chair in the bedroom. And she's probably going to sleep on that a lot. So, there is a sign in the house that says, please check before sitting down during blanket season. Because she takes up so little space, you might accidentally almost sit on her. My January bullet journal setup might feel a little fragmented because with everything that has been going on emotionally speaking this year, I'm going to be giving my muse her way, and that she wants to go ahead and get the January calendar page set up. And we're probably going to be filming each spread on a different day. And I'm just going to be taking my time on them. There's a butterfly chair up across from my desk, which is just close enough that I can push her off my desk into said chair. It works sometimes. But, so January spread setup will be out the second to last week of December, because winter solstice is on a weekend this year and Christmas is on the last Wednesday of the year, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, Christmas is on the last Wednesday of the year. So that's in the middle of the week, and I always take Christmas week and New Year's week off from doing any kind of content creation. So in December, you guys can look forward to my long-terms collections / commonplace book setup. You have the January 2025 setup. And then in early January, after the first weekend in January, probably the first or second Monday, first Monday or first Tuesday of January will be my reading journal setup. And I think that's it. Well, no, actually, I can't take you guys along for setting up the financial notebook because I've got a lot of information I have to put into it that is highly personal when I go to set it up. And then right here, we've got the last 3 days of December. I kept them in their own page. I did not roll them over to January, and I did not put January into December. The end of the month has to be in a particular configuration. If the end of the month falls on like a Thursday or a Friday, then I will include then I'm going to start including the next month's days on that day. If it ends on like a Sunday, then I'll roll that Sunday over to the next month. But if it ends on like a Monday, a Tuesday, or a Wednesday, I'm just kind of like, no. On the right-hand side, you can see my Lessons of 2024 page. And I think I'm actually almost done decorating here. I absolutely love the way that washi tape ended up looking. Give me 1 second here. There we go. So I think I'm pretty much done decorating at this point. I've got everything slowed back down to the proper speed, normal speed. No, I'm still decorating for a little bit. That's okay. But it's been a bit of a rough fall too. I think my husband has only had one full weekend at home so far this year. For those of you who are curious about what my husband does, he works in the private investigations and private security fields. Hello, Fiona. And those fields are very much ebb and flow. There's a reason. Part of the reason why you guys almost never see him is because he just doesn't like his face being on the internet, but also because he's almost never home when I'm filming. Anyways, so here we've got my calendar page. The B5 kind of slid down a little bit. And I'm probably scritching Fiona viciously here. We have got my weather tracker, we have got my husband's list, and my hobbies in focus. We have got my self-care and chore trackers. We've got the weekly and monthly tidy lists, which are actually much bigger now after doing some evaluation, and my Yule menu, and I will fill in the mini calendars later. Leftovers and meal idea spreads, along with a Memories of 2024 page. That got added mostly because I wanted to start my weeks on the same 2 pages. December begins on a Sunday this year, and all of my stuff is a Sunday through Saturday calendar. And that's it, you guys. Hug your loved ones tight. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.